All of your altcoins have probably been going down in the past 24 hours, and that is due to one reason. Bitcoin being up 4% for the day is literally taking away the capital, the money from all the other investments. So it's not a fluke. Literally all Bitcoin related investments almost are up, and then the rest are down. And that is just a normal part of the cycle. We have literally for the past 7 days, so next to the 24 hours you'll see how far they've gone up the 7 days. Today we're going to analyze 3 coins. The first one, Cardano, second, Hedera HBAR, and third, SingularityNET. We're going to cover the price, resistance, and support levels for all 3 tokens, and for every single one of them I'm going to give you some extra information as to why you should invest more. Hedera, we're going to take a look at a possible partner and a organization that they're already involved with, which is really big news. With the SingularityNET, we're going to take a closer look at the number of holders. The actual number of wallet holders has been going up tremendously the past 2 weeks, so we're going to cover that as well. And then for Cardano, at the end of this video, I'm going to play a 4-minute video clip of Charles Hoskinson speaking about Cardano, its history, and what he thinks about the price right now, all the haters, and why they are going to beat Ethereum. He literally is saying how bad Ethereum is basically, and they're coming for them. So if you're a Cardonian, Singularian, or a HBARanian, make sure you watch this video to the very end and smash that like button so more people can learn about these tokens, and let's just jump into it. Hedera HBAR has been going down for the past 24 hours, just like all the altcoins basically. For the past month, they're up 140%, and it feels just like yesterday that we were at 7 cents, 4 cents. Even when I started investing in this, they were at 3.5, 4 cents. So it feels literally just like yesterday. We've come a long way. So if you invested just recently, do not think that this pullback is some type of major dip and we're never going to come out of it, because it is still looking very, very, very healthy. For the past month, you will tell that it's been breaking some type of support levels. So the next major one is going to be at 10 cents, 10.5. And it's basically around the same area that it acted as a resistance back in January. So if that previous resistance can be our new support, then that will be a really good sign. The next idea was presented by one of my viewers. So they mentioned PayPal, and the fact that PayPal was really involved in the previous hackathon that just ended. The chief blockchain strategist at PayPal was a judge at the hackathon, and PayPal is not part of Hedera's governing council. So the fact that they were part of one of the judges means that that could be a partnership that will be announced pretty soon. So that's exciting. Another thing is the World Economic Forum. What does Hedera have to do with them, you might ask? Well, a bunch of blockchain industry leaders, consultants, banks have gotten together, and again, these are world-class industry leaders. So the likes of Algorand, Deloitte, Hedera is part of this list, and QuantStamp. I just made a video about them today, so make sure you check them out. They are very interesting as well. Ripple is a part of it too, so that is really, really cool to see that Hedera is part of this. I just learned that today, so it's really cool to see that Hedera is being part of these worldwide organizations. It's something to truly take seriously. Hedera is a company that is waking up. It's a sleeping giant that is taking leaps. You do not want to miss it, and that's basically the point of this. I made another video about literally why you do not want to sell. The next token we're going to speak about is SingularityNET AGI. And most of you know what they do, but if you do not, I've made multiple videos about them, so again, feel free to check them out. Right now, they're sitting at around 23 cents after almost touching 30 cents, 29 cents 0.8. And then it literally just went down. So it hit the support about 3 times so far, 22, 23 cents. So that is a really good sign that it does not want to break below that. That means the uptrend is still healthy. The next major support is 20 cents. For the past month, they've literally just been going up and up and up, just like HBAR in many ways. So I do not think that we will have a 50% pullback in any shape, but a 20%, 30%, even close to 40 should be considered normal. And if it goes down below that, then that's fine too, because guess what? You're a long-term investor and you will buy more. Something I want to cover about SingularityNET is the amount of token holders. So in the past 2 weeks, they have literally gone up by 1,000 holders. So 1,000 extra people are owning AGI that they were not about 2 weeks ago. And coincidentally, that is the exact same date that we saw AGI just continue to soar. January 31st, that's the exact same day that this data goes back to, and we can tell that it literally just been going up. So that's a very good sign, and I wanted to share that with you guys because I found that interesting. I have made lots of videos about the SingularityNET, Hanson Robotics, Sophia. I'm very excited to see what 2021 has in store for all of us, because I believe that it will be an exciting, a beautiful, a successful year for everyone who actually works hard, and SingularityNET is working hard, and us investors will be rewarded. I believe that, and if you're watching that, you believe that. So again, make sure you smash that like button. The next one is ADA Cardano, and this is one of the biggest hype tokens so far in 2021. For the past month alone, they've gone up from about 35 cents to over 90 cents, and right now they're just cooling down. Again, just like AGI, just like HBAR, it's normal. If for the past month it's tripled, then obviously a 20% pullback is normal, 10% pullback is normal. Like, you shouldn't be scared. And if you compare it to its all-year chart, right now it's heading towards its highs. And if we look back in 2018, about 80, 90 cents was where it consolidated just for a couple days, and then it kept going down. So we might be consolidating right now the other way. We might be consolidating for a couple days and then going up. You know, that is a very big possibility. So you do not want to sell. Again, if you are watching this, it is just a normal dip. If you're a long-term investor, $1 is cheap. $5 could be cheap. You never know. Cardano is the future. It could be the future in many ways, replacing the likes of Ethereum. I'm going to play you the video of Charles Hoskinson right now. It's 4 minutes, but make sure you watch it all because he makes a lot of good points. He talks about his competitors, their past, their future, and their price right now. So if you're a Cardonian, you need to watch this. You need to learn from the founder and the co-founder of Ethereum, ex-co-founder, whatever you want to call it. So without further ado, here's Mr. Hoskins, and until next time, Mr. Mufleh, out.
The hype train is going, and I see a lot of newcomers to the Cardano community, and I figured it'd probably be a good idea to make a video and talk a little bit about who we are for all of you who are new here. This is a no hype community. This is a community that does not care about price, from the leader on down and the leaders on down, and the bottom on up. We don't do things to try to influence the market or cycles. We do things to build things. We do things because we're legitimately excited about the utility and progress of the ecosystem. If this does not appeal to you, there are ecosystems that do that. Tron is an example, and there's dozens of others. You should probably leave now and go over there. When you're in Cardano, we're here to change the world. We're here to do interesting things. We're here to do research. We're here to write code and so forth. Now, lately, I've been legitimately very excited because for about 3 years now, we've been commercially running around trying to convince nation states, big companies, running pilots, doing all kinds of things, and we're starting to finally see substantive progress in that vision. It's always hard to get 1,000 no's or pilots that don't go anywhere or MOUs, and the commercial viability of the deal doesn't look good. But when you finally get to a point where what you've done starts to bear fruit, and it can bear fruit with potentially millions to tens of millions of users with a commercial path that allows you to have a continental play, that's a moment to celebrate and enjoy and take in. It's a validation of everything that we sought out to do 6 years ago. It's a validation of this entire ecosystem of our technology, of who we are and how hard that we worked. So yeah, I'm going to celebrate that. Even if for some bizarro reason the country falls apart and it doesn't materialize the fact that we got it so far that it's where it's at, I'm going to celebrate that. We all worked really hard. Our people on the ground worked really hard. And I enjoy the fact that they finally have something so substantial to put their flag in. It's easy to do DeFi. I laugh when people say, how will you catch up with Ethereum's network effect? It doesn't exist. What, 80,000 developers compared to 22.6 million developers? Only 31% of the new dApps deployed in 2020 were on Ethereum. It costs $50 to do anything, even send a transaction, and I have to compete with that? That's like a karate match where the other person is 96 years old and is in a wheelchair. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. It's not a competition at all. Let them go do their thing. Great. I am so glad that as the first mover, they were able to accumulate a little bit of a monopoly, as Mosaic did in the browser wars, as MySpace did in the social media wars. That network effect means nothing to our industry. What really means things is, who have you helped? Where have you gone? What have you accomplished? Who is using this application? Who will be using it 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now? And how is that changing their lives? For example, all the time people come to me and say, I'd love to do something in Africa, or I'd love to donate, but I can't even move money and give money to people in Uganda or Tanzania, much less a loan or an insurance product or what have you. The markets just simply don't work at all. Some days they're okay, other days they're not. And it's just a flip of the dime. And if we're really here and serious about what this technology means and what it's going to do for the world, when we look 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years into the future, we have to ask ourselves, is it going to be the case that the average person in Africa who wants to get a loan does so through a peer-to-peer application as opposed to a bank? Will the average person who wants to send money from their home to someone else somewhere in the world, will they use Western Union or PayPal or some service like that? Or they use a peer-to-peer application that's totally decentralized? We are on a path to destiny. Everything we do is lining up to take us to that particular reality. Those are the billions of users that not only will enrich the network and make it something worthwhile, but will change the entire fabric of how the world works.